Welcome back to Armchair Warriors. Tom here with episode number 25 of my Japanese campaign in Hearts of Iron 3 using the Black Ice modification version 12.0.3. That's right, new update, which I already detailed last episode, but nonetheless it made some bug fixes and things like that for those that are starting new campaigns. Not much that's helping us in this regards here. Well, there's been some updates that are helping us right now, but we are preparing. We got a lot of our troops. Yeah, good about well, less than 4 dozen, but about 3 dozen troops here. Almost 3 dozen. Well, plus all of our Marines, dozen Marines there. So I guess we have a good 3 dozen or more troops sitting on Japan, waiting to kind of get redistributed. There's areas I need to place them all at. We'll get in detail a little bit later. We're getting very close, as you can see by the date. It's the September 1st of 1941. We're just 3 months away from war with the Allies of the United States. That'll be next episode, though, because there's a lot we got to do in this episode to kind of get ready for that. And like I said, I'll detail specifics on that as we get into it. There, to kind of recap, get us back on track, there were a lot of different partisans that popped up all over the place here. As you can see on the map, my cursor dancing over, showing you them all. We just need to retake those points back. I think we lost the Gulf of Chile, Chile research thing that we get for controlling aspects of the provinces surrounding it. We lost this province, so once we get it back, we'll get that research efficiency back. We have uh, ROC is trapped 95.8 in Chengdu here. Their surrender level actually went up a little bit better. It's now 95.8, so that's interesting. They, for whatever reason, this unit popped up out of nowhere, but I think we are going to be attacking them soon, or we are attacking them. Yeah, we're currently attacking them. It's an ongoing battle. We should win that quite handily, I feel. We can actually send you into here as well, and then march you on down to there. We're going to march you on down to hereish. Kind of get a little better coverage. Speaking of coverage, decided last episode to go ahead and puppet Zibisan Ma, let them be in charge of their own territory. They really only have like 5 IC and smattering of resources. The resources, not a big deal for me at this point. Yes, I know we're in the red, but the goal is we'll be making strides to gain some resources through conquest in Southeast Asia, throughout the islands here. There's a lot of valuable resources around the Java Sea, Java, Borneo, the Celeste Islands, whichever, Burma, tons of resources that we can get in all those areas, plus IC. So we could afford to give up Zibisama. That frees up a lot of our force. The entire Manchurian Expeditionary Squad is coming on down to take over this all entire area here. We're able to free up some of our units. You can see we're pulling them further on down. It's this guy here. Yeah, he's bringing all his guys on down because we won't need them anymore. We've got enough garrisons, military police, militia, conscripts, Chinese conscripts that are just kind of running around and also, yeah, fascist militia too, that we can just see them all over the place here. So I think we're good enough. We're getting there at least that I can start pulling my main frontline battle troops out of China, or at the very least get them prepared for the coming days here. Um, yeah, so we'll be touching upon that this episode. In fact, this episode I'll want to go ahead and like do a quick overview on what our total strength is. That's not entirely accurate, of course, because yeah, we've got like a whole bunch of troops here as well to wrangle in. 266. That sounds about right, I guess. 267. That sounds actually a lot more accurate overall. But that's just not an accurate representation of what we truly have, because we have a good dozen of these type of units, veteran headquarter units and named headquarter units plus garrisons and all like that. Our total military strength is much less than that. We'll figure that out. We'll play with that a little bit later. But yeah, we got Chengdu surrounded. We'll leave them. We'll just keep wearing down any units that pop up here. We're not going to make any mistakes like we did with Chengdu and just pop off of a Victor Point location, like say Changde. We will make sure we keep all of our VP locations covered, so the ROC can't just pop up out of nowhere from them. But the idea is we'll keep it covered here, pull our units out, and then once we get to December 7th, move in to take it over. Probably maybe a little bit sooner than that, and then go ahead and do the Republic of China Nanjing. Um, might even do that beforehand, then move in, and then once we do and we quote unquote take over the ROC, we will be able to get the conquest, which is the whole entire coastal territories of China. Um, so that is what we are going to be up to at this point. Is basically getting ready and kind of I'll do an accounting of where we stand here in 1941. Further accounting, let's take a look in throughout the rest of the world here. You can see we got Middle East is all Axe at this point in time, pretty much. The English UK has been kicked out of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula, so yay for that. Um, Italy has pushed all the way down to this point here, heading southward towards South Africa and the UK holdings throughout here, the Congo, I guess, or something like that. This is the Belgian Congos, I guess it's the UK Congo. I don't know, but anyway, I'm kind of waiting for Italy to start pushing further on down south here and maybe take out South Africa. That would be highly interesting. But Germany has Transjordan, the homes of Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, the Sinai Peninsula. Italy has all of North Africa pretty much here. What Vichy France doesn't have. They took over Egypt, they took over Tunisia, and the very far eastern part of Algeria. Italy, kind of a recap as well for those who may have forgotten or just jumping in here for the first time. Italy actually took out France by themselves. Germany, after kicking France out of the eastern parts of the Rhine River here, they kicked France out and just stood on the just off of the Maginot Line here. Italy actually just burst on through, took out all of South France, and then went up and took Paris, conquered France all by themselves. This was all due to Czechoslovakia refusing to give up to Germany. So Germany in turn declared war on Czechoslovakia. That snowballed into a declaration of war on Yugoslavia, on Romania, strangely enough, and then Poland as well. So this all kicked off, as you obviously in late '38, when normally Germany would be getting all of Czechoslovakia. So Poland was conquered a full year before. France as well was conquered easily a full year before normal. Hungary is a very major partner here. Not on, I mean, they're a third partner, but it's Germany, then Italy. Italy very close second, I feel, just because they took out a major power by themselves in France, and they've done the majority of the work here in Africa, and they even helped out Saudi Arabia kick the UK here out of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. Finland has also joined the Axis, and as you can see up here, they have certainly done pretty well in reconquering territories they lost during the Winter War, which did happen. And they've actually conquered Leningrad by themselves and met up with the German forces here. So yay for that. Barbarossa happened like normal, but what didn't happen like normal is the invasions on Norway, Denmark, and the lowlands. Germany has, for some inexplicable reason, not actually gone after those. What'll be interesting to see is if any of these countries get turned to their ally side, and thus, Germany decides to step in and take them out. That will be interesting because I don't know if Germany has the manpower here to handle all that. And if Norway would have joined the Allies, would Germany then get the freebie AI events that allows them the free invasion points all along southern Norway? I don't know. But you can see here, turning our gaze back to Soviet Union, Germany is pretty dang close, 200 kilometers. Yeah, 200 kilometers away from Moscow there. They are also Stalingrad right here. They're also within 420 kilometers of Stalingrad itself. They're on the gates of Kursk here, as well as Rostov. They're actually surrounding Sevastopol. They've gotten the Crimean Peninsula. They are doing very, very well considering normally what I see. Germany puts a lot of their force here in the north. Italy and Romania and Hungary typically help out in the south. Without Romania here, Germany, I'm assuming, is doing most of the heavy lifting down south. Or is Italy and Hungary helping there? We'll be finding out soon when we join the Axis. Okay, with that very long recap of what's happening here in September of 1941, we're going to speed things up a little bit and allow time to kind of cruise along here. We need to kill this one, headquarter unit. Oh, yeah, after we get this autosave taken care of here, let's take a quick spin through diplomacy. We don't really need to worry about. Again, I'm holding on to this. I may actually fire this off. Well, yeah, I'll probably fire this off like maybe a week before December 7th, so we can at least get this going. And then once I take Chengdu, then that'll prompt the war goals for Republic of China, seize the Chinese coast. That'll then convert all the coastal territories back over to me. I could probably go a week without, needing 500 IC, which I think we are. Let me get my utility window set up. I think we are in some IC debt at this point in time. Let me double check on that and see. Yes, actually, we're just one day. We owe 16 IC remaining. We're paying out 143, so we're actually going to overpay, I think. I don't know. It may just be, maybe that's just what we owe, and whatever. It doesn't need to be did on there. We're also currently focusing on economy. National focus is on economy at this point in time. I'm doing a flip-flop back and forth on naval focus and economic focus. Naval focus, we're at 403 days, so we're about 40 days away from needing to switch back to that. I want to maintain, I think we'll have it here in strategic effects. I want to maintain a level 2, stage 2 for naval focus, and a level 1, stage 1 focus for economic. The nice thing is once you combine these two builds, or actually you still get a bonus on our naval build, but land, armor, and air all get some. Yeah, it takes them a bit longer to get built there. The improvements to IC, I mean, an additional 10% is great. Our base is 239, so I mean that's an extra 23, 24 IC alone right there. Bonus to supplies and money is always handy. And then with our naval focus, naval organization, and naval base efficiency of 10% bonus to each, chef's kiss. Those are nice things to get. Production wise, again, we'll revisit this tomorrow just to kind of have a better idea of like where we stand and all that kind of stuff. We're getting our supplies back up to par. I want to get up to 50,000 before we hit war with the United States, just so I've got sufficient supplies. We're maxed out in fuel, as you can see. So yay on that. We definitely need a lot of fuel because we're gonna be our first 6 months alone. We're probably gonna burn through half of this fuel, even with whatever gains we make, we're still going to be burning through at least half of that, I'd have to imagine. We have a lot of builds, a lot of stuff coming out between now and the end of the year here. So we've got a couple carriers. This carrier group already has its cruisers set up, and it's CAG. It's just I need to finish the ships. Junior will be finished before war with America, but Hayu is going to be a few weeks late, and they'll need another few more weeks for organization, rest, refit, etc., before it's ready to partake in battles. But that's okay. Mid January, we'll be able to assign this to say attacks on Midway at that point. We're going for Wake and Guam first, and once those are taken, then we'll set up and get ready for attacking Midway. We'll try to do that by mid-January, early January, so this carrier group can hopefully get in the mix by then. Got a bunch of subs getting ready here. Got another fighter group that's going to attach to one of our aces, our fighter aces, and use them on defense for our islands. We got a bunch of CAG that's just um, yeah, I guess just coming out. I guess this is just for reinforcements. Or is this extra? Yeah, it may just be reinforcements. I'm not quite sure on that. Got another landing craft fleet that's going to get built in time. So we're strictly using landing craft fleet. People that remember have been kind of existing solely on using auxiliary vessels, which are not the ideal type of ships. It's at least a type of invasion ship because you can't use passenger fleets in Black Ice like you can in OG, the vanilla game. Passenger ships are solely to transport troops around, units around from place to place. You have to use at least auxiliary vessels, which are given to you quasi for free. It does cost you a bit of a IC hit for a few months, as well as some resources until you're ready to build landing craft, which as Japan you don't get till about now-ish. Actually, I think it was 1940 I was able to get it, so I started building them then. And assault ships, which for us won't be available until mid to late 42. We'll be getting our first fleets on that. We also have a lake carrier group that we're building up on that we should have ready by summer of next year, which would be perfect timing, quite honestly, because we'll be by then in summer 42. It should be um, finishing up, wrapping up my islands advent, taking all the islands, and then getting ready for Hawaii, the invasion of Hawaii. I'll need a lot of carrier groups for that. We got another carrier group, main carrier group, ready in spring of 43. Would love to have them a lot sooner. There's a lot of wants and needs, quite honestly, that I'm just not going to fulfill. Just can't as Japan. It would either have to cheat or would simply be having to be attacking everybody right off the bat as soon as possible. Or just engage in a strict build IC for 3-4 years straight type deal and then building up. But anyway, um, having the carrier group come out spring of 43, bit on the late side, but could still be used. Might be needing it in the Indian Ocean theater. I would hope by spring of 43 we will be pushing into India. So this might be a carrier group that I'll be able to throw into that zone here. A bunch of convoys and escorts getting built. As soon as war hits, we're going to start chewing those up left and right. I might have to throw more convoys in. Got a couple of tropical island garrisons that are going to get built here. I'm going to use those for Wake and Guam, and then I think, yeah, I've got a bunch of others that I've got coming soon. They'll be for other islands like Midway and all the other American islands. Philippines, just going to end up puppeteering them so I can get the Asian co-prosperity sphere strategic effect, the next level of that. Got a couple of paratrooper builds here. Actually, I have two paratroopers. I'm going to split them and throw them one each on these guys here. These are just low strength. There's really nothing much to them, but it's just at least something that I'll have to be able to airdrop sometime in late 1942. The Not sure how I'm going to use them at this point. I had other ideas, and they're not going to come out. Another carry group that I think is late 43. Yeah, this one is spring of 43 with where they're at. This one's probably going to be like summer, fall, more likely fall of 43. which again, that's just fine. May need to use it for like the western seaboard invasion of the United States, perhaps, or also in the Indian Ocean. For paratroopers, of course, transport planes. We have a bunch of mountaineers I would like to build because I'll need them in Burma largely, and then some parts in India. The first group of 5 may get ready in time for that. I don't know. Again, so much stuff I would like to get. We have 2 new light armor units. I'm creating these motorized infantry battalions that will add on to them for a little bit of extra oomph. And then, like I said, we got the tropical island garrisons, 10 of them for all the future island invasions I'm doing out in the Eastern Pacific there. That's what we're doing in builds, tech-wise. Trying to get up into the green for our officer ratio. I do have this officer recruitment that's going to hit January 6th. That'll give us additional 10,000 officers. We're shy 30,000. So that's not going to necessarily help us, of course. An extra 10,000 officers will just get us to 138, but that'll be closer to 90%, I feel. We are going up 105 officers a day here. So over the next 3 months, September, October, this month, October and November through, of course, December 7th, we'll get about another 10,000 officers that way. So combined with what we're going to be getting naturally, and then with the officer recruitment program, that'll get us at least into the green, certainly, but it'll be very shy of getting to the full 100% that I would be comfortable with. But that's better than being in the yellow. We've got a lot of stuff that's getting researched here, a lot of naval stuff. Most of that's not going to be ready. Actually, all this will be pretty much ready before we have war with America. There's a few that I see there in January, and that's fine. But there's a bunch of stuff we still need to get as well. We could spin through here, and you can hear me cry as I can't get any of the stuff that I really, really want and need in time. But that's the way it is. There's just not enough leadership for Japan and research capability for them to do what they need. Fortunately, we have our ship guy in that's actually been helping us out. We're actually pretty good. He gives us these things here for the most part, and these things here for the most part, these things here, these things here, 1943 tech, escorts, depth charge. We're well in advance where we need to be. The ship engine and screws. We're actually with him. He's giving us a lot of advanced tech now at this point for our naval forces, which that's great. The only thing, of course, is there's all these little things here, like the cruiser light anti-air, the HE ammunition, AP ammunition. Would love to get those. We are working on the anti-air cruiser. I put that to the very forefront here. We'll have that researched before war, and we'll start building our anti-air cruisers. I'll probably put about. I think I initially said my wish list of I want 50, but realistically speaking, I'll probably have about 20, maybe, that I'll put into the queue to build. Anti-air cruisers are just like light cruisers, except they have far better anti-air capability. So I'll be using those to replace out my light cruisers as they get sunk or damaged, and that way our carrier fleets will have better air protection. Moving into politics, we are where we need to be with all of our everything here. We're actually doing for Japan. This is actually not too bad, I feel, for manpower. Most of what Japan's building is naval strength, which doesn't use that much manpower. We burned through a whole bunch of manpower just because of our builds. These tropical island garrisons do take quite a few manpower. These battalions, of course, took a little bit, but these mountaineers, they took 20 to 30 apiece or something like that. I forget exactly how much, maybe 15. May not be quite as bad as I thought there, but they are taking 100 or so manpower alone, I'm pretty sure. Ships, though, the naval fleet, they don't take much. You can build a battleship for a few manpower. It doesn't really take much to staff a single ship or fleet of ships. We We are in our total economic mobilization because you can only do this in 1941 and when you're at war. Great times were to be had. That's when we jumped from 400 IC to up to over 500 IC, which we'll see tomorrow. The full economic might available to Japan. All of our other laws, we're pretty much doing the best we can with everything we have available here. Excuse me. Surprise cough there. Apologize. I'm not going to jump to emergency conscription just yet until this gets into like really bad numbers. Our monthly gains around 23, so if I were to jump to emergency conscription, that would boost it by 50%, I believe. So it'd be about 30 to 35 each month. Um, Assuming nothing else changes, but we're going to be gaining territory. We're going to be losing a bunch of Chinese territory, so a bunch of manpower gains are going to go away. But we're also going to be gaining a whole bunch of territory here real soon that will kind of balance that out. I don't feel I need it just yet. Definitely don't need to go service by requirement. I feel it's not worth the extra 15%. Yeah, for an extra 3, 4 manpower gain, perhaps. You're losing 2.5% of your IC here. Dissent starts hitting you. Yeah, that's not good times overall. Intelligence, real quick. I don't think we've actually looked at this for quite a while here, but let's check a look at the United States. Well, we haven't had any spies for a while, free spies. So yeah, we're not going to be able to see anything here, unfortunately. I'll probably need to boost that up if I want to have an idea of what's going on. And in fact, with Germany, we could probably do the military espionage. We're going to become allied with them soon. Tech espionage is just fine. Yeah, we have no idea what anybody's doing because we have no spies. Um, Strategic warfare. We could do the entire conflict, and I think that would kind of give us an idea, or maybe not. Doesn't seem to be doing so. Well, maybe it is. 421. So yeah, I guess the entire conflict is showing. Yeah, the entire losses that have been suffered with all these. We can take out Xinjiang. They weren't part of the conflict, so I don't know why they are here. But yeah, as you can see, it's from July 5th through current, yeah, to today. I don't know why Xinjiang is in here from 5th of July to 26th of October. Were we at war with them or something during that time period? I mean, must have been. I was not aware if that was the case. Was not really concerned. They're too far away. They're west of Zibi Ma, so okay. Anyway, um, according to this, we only lost about 59 IC worth of naval forces. It says they didn't lose any, but that is false. We sank a bunch of their ships. What is that? Is that 11 million? No, 1.1 million. 1,128,106 tons cargo, tons of cargoes total sunk. 13,000 IC worth of all of them, but pretty much mostly Republic of China. That was all those. You sunk this, you sunk this. Oh, that does remind me. We've taken the port now, so you can come back. I don't need I don't need you out here burning. I mean, I could put my entire fleet out now and still not go below the max amount of fuel, I think. Air, yeah, we lost about 15,000 IC worth, it says, in our provinces. Not air, but provinces. But I think that's counting damage done to lands that I was taking over from China during the war. So repair of infrastructure, IC, resources, the mines and stuff like that. I can certainly see that, 15,000 IC to build those all back up. I would love to throw that number in there. What we had to do to build air bases at start, build up ports, as we needed, build up infrastructure so we could, make sure their supply was getting to where it needs to be. If there's anything I've learned from this playthrough, through this campaign, is that definitely need to make sure that I'm giving high priority to supply. to my units, whether that be through research in our technology, making sure that railroads, roads, just straight out building supply, of course, but any supply consumption decreases we can provide, supply transport improvements, anything like that, research wise, is top priority for us. And also, as we move around, making sure that I'm building up infrastructure. It does take a while to build infrastructure, but if I'm like several times, I was in like on the Yellow River, for example, I was there for 6 months, 8 months or so before we moved. I could have built up the infrastructure around and just made sure that my guys were at least getting their food and drink and ammunition appropriately. So lessons learned in that regards. Their bombers 750 IC worth, I suppose. Their bomber suffered damage worth about 751. Total damage 1195. Not sure what the discrepancy is in that per se. I mean, I'll take the 751 IC worth of damage to their bombers, and I'm assuming that's also got to take into account their interceptors and anytime that we had air-on-air combat. Our bombers suffered about 2,900 IC worth of damage. That says 7,600. So I don't know what the discrepancy is there. Maybe that's strength. Uh, that's the damage done is to the strength of the unit or organization or manpower. I don't know, but 2,900 IC. That's how much we had to spend to rebuild our. And I always probably need to do a better job of it. But I always try to pull out my air units at a certain point when they're just sitting on an airbase resting. Then I know they've had enough. I usually try to pull them out a little bit sooner than that. I'll try to check them as often as possible, and if they're suffering strength hits, I'll just send them back to the mainland and just make sure that they're resting up. We did a whole heck of a lot of damage to them, over 250,000 IC damage in total to their lands via bombing. Again, that's damage done to I'd have to imagine to their units, to their infrastructure from bombs dropping, all kinds of stuff like that. The telling stat here is the land combat. We suffered over 19,000 IC worth of reinforcement, rebuilding of units. That's a ton. I wish I had 19,000 IC right now so I could build all the stuff I want. But and by they, all of Republic of China and all their allies, they suffered over 338,000 IC worth. I mean, that just staggering the amount. And Republic of China, last time I saw, 50 to 70 IC, I think at best. They weren't, they were not making that much. So a lot of what they were making were, of course, just garrisons, militia. They're getting events that provides them free things. Um, yeah, just the amount of damage done to them. We lost over 2,000, almost 2,100 manpower. That's reinforcement needed to replace strength and organizational loss. Though I don't know if manpower is used for organizational loss per se. I think it's just strictly for strength. Anyway, yeah, we could have been up to 3,000 manpower at this point if I didn't go to war with China, right? They, however, even larger, staggering loss of 216,000. 10 times? No, 100 times. 100 times the manpower loss compared to me. Obviously, in Black Ice, because in vanilla it's so much easier to just destroy countries because you can out manpower the AI in vanilla. In Black Ice, no, you will have to go head to head and take out their victory point locations rather than just simply surround, destroy, and eventually they have no more units to do anything with, even if you have taken none of their victory point locations. In Black Ice, you do need to take victory point locations, but still, that much manpower loss, that's just staggering overall. I can't even comprehend that. We got to build. Actually, got two. Gonna put out our landing craft here, and I think It's this guy here. Oh, you know what? That's the other landing craft there. But well, anyway, doesn't really matter. So we're at a point here with these. We got still 2 more coming, and then 10 more total after that. I think once one of these completes, I think the way I have it figured, maybe, is I simply get rid of one of these, or maybe I think what I was thinking was, I'm trying to remember now. I think what I was thinking was just have an even number of landing craft. I'm creating landing craft fleets of 2, which in this case I have an assault ship, but 2 plus a destroyer. The destroyer is just there to help protect the landing craft fleet as they go in to shore. They provide um, just that just a level of protection against submarines. They're great against submarines. Destroyers are, but they can also help. They can hold their own against other ships, even up to capital ships. Enough for me to be able to go up. I need to bring in, capital ships to deal with it if that is the case, which I will. Anytime I land, it's with one of these setups, a landing craft fleet and a destroyer. And I'll bring in a capital ship fleet, whether it be like a pair of battleships with accompanying destroyers, or like if I'm attacking Wake Island, for example, we'll be bringing a couple of carrier groups and and popping one with off the coast here in the province or in the sea zone, along with where the invaders were coming in at. Um, I do have, let's see, we still got 2 more destroyers here. Yeah, I think what I'm going to end up doing is going through and building all the landing craft, and then I might have one 3-ship landing craft fleet with a Tenet destroyer. But then when we get to the point where we're building assault ships, I'll build an odd number of assault ships and pull this guy out and make 2 assault ship fleets and 2 landing craft fleets, along with attendant destroyers to help protect them. My thinking is 2 landing craft for transporting Marines. Now, Marines don't weigh that much. The heaviest here is 87. There's lighter variants. See if I can find one real quick here. 83 is light, but 44. So this one's like half the weight. I can match up to um, light lighter Marines or just one regular strength Marine, and I'll throw them into the landing crafts here. But I'll only put enough to fit into one landing craft. So 100 in this case, 100 weight or less only. I won't go above that, because if a landing craft sinks, um, and there's a Marine on it, you lose the Marine. So that's why I don't send out one single landing craft, because if I got a Marine on there, landing craft sinks, I lose the Marine. With 2 landing craft and 1 Marine, if one of the landing craft sinks, it doesn't matter. I still have the other landing craft, so that Marine is still alive. So that's my thinking in regards to the transport capability there. I wasn't too concerned about that here in China, just because China doesn't have much of a navy. In fact, in the first few weeks of the war, so long as you're set up as Japan appropriately, which you saw, I had a whole bunch of destroyer fleets, torpedo boat fleets, and my couple carrier fleets that I had started with, had them off the coast, and we took on the light cruisers, the torpedo boats, etc. that China had. Once those are sunk, you don't have to worry. Your landings will be unopposed from then on. We're not going to have that luxury, I feel, in the coming in the coming war here. All right, spend enough time here going over all that stuff here. We got a lot more to kind of go over as well as we get into our preparations for war. Like I said, I kind of want to break down like how many ships I've got. Somebody had asked. So how many ships do you have to take on the allies here? So I want to go into that, where our disposition stands there. Also kind of give a breakdown of my mental thought on how we're going to handle the coming war here with the United States, and the UK and the Allies. Um, we probably, now I'm thinking about it here, unless I declare war on Netherlands, we can't do anything in southern Borneo and the Java Islands here. Now that I'm thinking on that, which that's both good and bad. I mean, bad in that I would love to be able to jump and right away start attacking, but if we're not going to be at war with these guys right away, Palembang, which I keep stressing about, Palembang might not be a problem until I do decide to declare war on the Netherlands, or they in turn get declared, on by Germany. Um, so it may turn out that I may be able to use my airborne troops after all in conjunction with a marine invasion, and we could do that when we get a closer port. Maybe not Singapore per se, but like the port here at Kukai, or this port here in Kuching in Borneo. Get something close enough so that we can sail, land my Marines, well, here even, or right here on Sumatra, Selatan. And with that resultant air base here or here, be able to fly down with my paratroopers and land on Palembang and get assisted by the Marines. So we take Palembang. The reason why I stress about that is there's an event that pops. In my experience, this has been a very strange war, very strange game because of what we're dealing with here. The Normally, what I'm used to is that the the war follows the normalcy. By this point, Germany's already taken the lowlands, Norway, Denmark. Sure, they're in this far, into the Soviet Union. This is not normal. This smatterings of normalcy there. But anyway, by this point, we'd have to be. I would have to be worrying about the timing of everything in order to be able to attack here in Palembang, because there's an event that will pop up once I go to war with the Allies. Not necessarily America. Sometimes when you just go to war with America, you can wait a few weeks and then the UK will declare and the Allies will declare on you. Um, Brought along with that, of course, is the Netherlands, and then you'll get an event that says the Allies are preparing to destroy um, their oil refinery. It doesn't say where or any specifics beyond that, but the assumption is that I have and some others as well is that it's Palembang, because that's the only petroleum refinery here in this area. There's a lot of oil places that you can get oil, but I don't think it's these that are getting affected by that event. It says you got a couple weeks at most before the destruction is done, which that is what has happened, of course, in in the war. Um, so that thought just struck me now that since the lowlands haven't been attacked by Germany yet, nor have they joined the Allies, we may be in a position where once we go to war with America, and we may have to pop a declaration of war on the UK at the same time. Perhaps if I don't have to, I'll make sure I move into Siam and French Indochina with all the units I need, so we can get ready for attacks in Burma and down towards Singapore. If I don't have, if I can hold off on declaring on the Netherlands, I will do so, because that's a lot of territory that if I don't need to, worry about, um, that's one less foe at this point. Already, kind of stressing a little bit about how well we're going to be doing in our initial battles against the United States and the UK once that comes around. UK, I'm not that worried about, quite honestly. I know I have a greater naval force available to me than the UK does in Asia. The UK has more, no doubt. The UK has more ships than I do, but I'm certain I have more carriers than they do, and probably more capital ships than they do total, including the carriers. But UK's got frigates, destroyers, light cruisers galore. That I probably don't have equal numbers to. But anyway, UK has to worry about not only their holdings all throughout Asia, India and Africa, but they've got the UK to worry about as well. Oh, Guatemala also joined the Axis. They took over Belize. UK owned. Nothing really to it. I mean, there's nothing here. It's a port, which they already have a port. So yeah, big whip on that per se. I think we had looked here. The Axis powers, the standard historical at this point, with the exception of Romania, of course. They've got Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Iran, and Guatemala as well. The Allies really haven't changed, though. Again, a little bit off the normal here. They don't have the Netherlands, Belgium, Norway, Denmark. They don't have those. Comintern got Xinjiang quite early. Didn't realize I was at war with them, I should say, until I guess they switched to Comintern. But no biggie. All right, onward. Enough talking. We got some battles to do. Oh, where am I at with production now? We are pushed all the way down into here. Not quite to here yet, but I think we have some stuff wrapping up. September, so yeah, I got a couple subs at the end of the month. Over the course of the next month here, we got 20, 38, 40, probably about 40 IC between the Junio and the subs. That's it. Yeah, about 40 IC. It's going to drop off. So we'll be down to 460. So that 40 IC will kind of filter down here. So we'll actually start in October. We'll start building on our first couple of Mountaineers. Good. Yeah. November. We don't really have too much dropping off there. I think we don't have anything dropping off. Well, these guys get finished. That's an extra 16 IC. That'll be another Mountaineer we can build. Plus a paratrooper. That'll be just about another Mountaineer. So we might have all 5 Mountaineers being worked on. December, or at least by the end of the year, we got another 19 IC from the HOI popping off there. And that's it. I mean, they got a lot of builds. We got the paratroopers completed fully, but we'll probably, by the end of the year, probably get down to here. Maybe. You can see we're just shy of 500. Not sure why we're not over that 500 mark. We must have some negative modifiers. Oh, roads and rail. That, yeah, that's about 10 IC alone there. 11, 12, about a dozen IC alone there because of those. I'm not sure when those drop off. Plus, we did the Southern Seas expansion preparation fairly recently. I think that was during the summer, late summer. That's another dozen IC there. So yeah, that's why we're under 500. We're going to go down about 400 IC, I think, shortly before we go to war with America when we conquer China. Just so I can make sure I have everything freed up that needs to be freed up throughout China. Again, the timing on that, just not 100% sure on when I want to pull that trigger. Making sure that I've got locations covered appropriately here. But I also want to make sure that I'm not leaving any troops up here or headquarter units up here either that need to be utilized. Just militia and garrisons, conscripts, fascist militia, cavalry. We'll be using cavalry. I can pull the 17th off, right? Oh yeah, you're going back to there. So you're coming to here, actually. So I can pull the 17th out of here, too. I don't need them around. Boom. We'll pull him out as well because I can, once this guy comes down, then I can move this guy over somewheres where he'd be better used, better utilized, probably over to here. Yeah, I got a couple headquarter units I need to pull out as well. Got a lot of units here, and of course, ton of units that are still making their way. So all you guys, you're coming down here. Let's go ahead and strategically redeploy. That's going to burn through some fuel, but we don't care. I need to make sure that I can get my units to where they need to be. Okay, away we go. Just realized I spent like a good third of this episode just talking away. Hope I haven't been boring people. Trying to explain, kind of my thought structure and whatnot. Hopefully, it's coming out all right. Is it you and you that need? Yes. Which that still leaves us 2 destroyers, which that's fine. I actually will need more destroyers out here. So we got 10. That'll be 5 more fleets. That's 5 destroyers that we need. We've got 2, so I need 3 more destroyers here. I won't need them right away because that's another thing too, is I got to break down my fleets here. I have a huge, gigantic fleet that I've got combined together that I need to start breaking down a little bit. Actually, let me do it like this. I can maintain the name, so I don't combine everything. It turns into the second DD Navy or something silly like that. Just do this kind of the wrong way, I'm sure, but I want to group all this together because I want to. Well, do we need to do that? Yeah, those are all 4s. I didn't need to break down that one. These are all 4s. I didn't need to break down that one destroyer. I'm going to be making a few 7 destroyer fleets that I'll be utilizing as picket lines. I'll have I'll have them kind of scattered all around the Pacific Ocean, just acting in different roles. Everything from assisting on attacks, like on Wake Island here, Guam, around the Philippines, just basically helping to clear the oceans or the surrounding areas of any smaller ships, or at the very least act as a picket line to alert me that, hey, there's a fleet here. Then we'll be breaking. We'll have a bunch of those, probably not a dozen, but a good 10 of them or something like that. Then we're breaking a lot of these ships, my capital ships here, into groups with destroyers. I'll have a few. Let's see. I'll probably have 2 battleship groups that will be 3 battleships and 7 destroyers, so 10 ships total. Probably do the same thing with. Well, actually, I might not do that because I got 7 battleships total. So I might do 1 group of 3 and then 2 groups of 2. So the group of 3 will have 10 ships total. The groups of 2 will, I'll throw 5 destroyers on with them. The battle cruisers, I got 3 of them, so I'll make a group of 3 battle cruisers and 7 destroyers for 10 fleets, 10 ships total. The heavy cruisers, will break those down. I don't know how many I've got here, but we'll figure that out momentarily. I'll break those down in groups of 7, 2 heavy cruisers, 5 destroyers. As long as I have enough destroyers to handle that, which I should. So the 10 capital ships does include the heavy cruisers for some reason. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So if it's 10 to here, so that's 10 heavy cruisers, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 18 heavy cruisers I've got. So yeah, that's 9 fleets I can make alone. Break them into 2 heavy cruisers, 5 destroyers. So 9 fleets there. The 10 capital ships, that's 4 former fleets there. So 13 fleets total. So I must have just about 100 destroyers. So I say 18 plus 4, it's 22. I want at least minimum 5 destroyers per. So that's 100 destroyers. I don't have enough destroyers to do all that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to group up, have some heavy cruisers into groups of 3, and then add on 7 destroyers onto them. Um, yeah, they'll take a little bit of working, but we'll get to it. I mean, I do have 14 extra destroyers, which I could throw into that mix there, but I really love my 7 destroyer fleets just because they're very handy to have. 8 cruisers or 8 carrier groups because we will have our 8th built just after war starts with America there. 7 to be I guess official. We'll have 7 that are be going out and about right away. Does everybody have something I gotta check here? Everybody should have. No. So Hosho and Ryojo need their attendant carrier groups. There we go. Oh, I need 3 more there. So 1, 2. Let's go ahead and just send those. And then I will take you and split you up like so. Just throw the 7th carrier away, sure. So that's that one. This one, yes, you got your CAGs. And this one, yes. So just to go through one more time, you've got yours. You've got yours. Making sure everybody's got their CAGs. Yes, excellent. And that leaves us with a single and 2 doubles, which the 2 doubles are for these guys. We'll have a single, but then we're also going to be building 6 more. So that's 7 CAGs that'll have available. These guys, everybody else that's getting built is getting theirs built along with them, which is good. So I'll have 7 CAGs in replacement capacity. Awesome. All right. This guy will be helping out very soon. Yeah, so we got the Chile Gulf result back. Yay. Seaport capabilities advances are going to kill our IC just a little bit further. But we want that next level. Oh, I should look to see. Bummer. Does it? No, it doesn't show me airport. That's a shame. I should look to see how long that is for, that hit to our IC. I mean, we're going from 498 to 486, so that's a dozen. Yes, yes. Rawr. All right, so we're getting that now. Cool. You're kind of come down. Actually, wasn't there? Okay. We actually need you to come in here and then out to there. Take over there. So I can free up this headquarters unit. We could probably free up that headquarters unit as well. Okay, cool. We can free up this guy. Now, there's 2 people on that victory point location. Yay, yay, yay. Do I have anywhere else? No. Okay. So we're going to attack with both of these guys. It should be a fairly quick and easy attack. Yeah, 6 troops. There. I probably don't even need a ring around here, but I mean, just in case, like, boom, all of a sudden a bunch of stuff appears, I don't want to run a risk. Saving, I know it's not even been a week yet, but a lot of time has passed talking. October 1st, we'll take a look again throughout Europe and Africa and just kind of see what's changed there. Airports capability. And real quick, this is until April 1942, so it lasts 6 months for sure. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months, actually. So we'll start getting our IC back a dozen at a time. Almost. Well, actually, yeah, not quite a dozen at a time. The roads and rail are just 2.5%. It's the seaports and airports are 5%. The roads and rail should be back a lot sooner than April, of course. Seaports, early April. I just had that, same as airports, same time. But nonetheless, when seaports and airports come back, that's almost 25 IC will get back at that point. It's 24 IC to be precise, because it'll be 10%. I don't think, well, no, because our base will change. Our base is thanks to all the IC we have in China, which we're going to be losing. So we may not be getting quite back that much. In any event, through April is when we're going to be seeing our IC affected. The Southern Seas expansion preparation should also go away after a period of time too. So I mean that's 10, 15, that's 20 IC, 20%. That'll get back eventually. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else we'll be seeing improve to help improve or negate what we got going on there. All right, so we're just kind of keeping an eye on Nanchang here. Nanchang? I thought it was Chengdu. Yeah, Chengdu. Nanchang's right here. Chengdu. And if we see any units pop up, we'll need to swat them down like flies. This is my spare landing craft. We're just going to go ahead and put it there. Um, I was thinking maybe I need to detach 3 destroyers and send them over here now, but quite honestly, what's our IC days? Yeah, we're 0. 30 more days, so beginning of October, I need to switch off of economy back to naval focus. Again, playing that back and forth on our focus, it may seem like it's gaming the system a little bit. And again, the reason why I'm doing that is because we have a level 2, stage 2 naval focus and a stage 1 economic focus. If I were to keep maintaining my economic focus, eventually our naval focus will drop down to a level 1, stage 1 only. I don't want that. I want to actually kind of maintain that stage 2. Stage 3 would be nice too, but stage 2 is just fine, especially when considering that we have the economic focus. You can kind of play it with your national focus in such a way that theoretically you could, over a long period of time, you could have 3 focuses all at stage 1, or maybe a smattering of like stage 1, stage 2, type for all 3. You could theoretically, um, I guess the potential is, if the game goes on long enough, you could have a stage 1 in all focuses. You just keep switching around over and over. Japan, since you go to war so quickly, I started off at resources from a national focus. Did that for a little over a year. Got the stage 2 focus for that. Then I switched over to economy. Kept that going for a while until just last year, and I got up to stage 2 with that, and then we switched over to naval focus. Um, that way, um, that way I would have I could get stage 2 naval focus in time for war with America, which, as you can see, with the benefits, the 10% naval organization, 10% naval efficiency, the manpower modifier is nothing to sneeze at, and the build time, reduced build time. Even when you combine that with the economic focus build time penalty, still it's a 3.5% increase. Those are all good benefits to have since our primary focus is naval. We have plenty of, at this point, we really have enough Army land forces to take care of what we need to take care of. Um, again, I would like more. That's why I'm building a bunch of Mountaineers. I'd like to build more. Actually, I need to build more Marines too, but yeah, we'll get to that. This I feel is kind of a good setup for Japan, and just again, it's kind of like gaming the system where you go, okay, we're going to go in economic focus for a while until our naval focus gets to that edge of it's going to switch from stage 2 to stage 1, and then I'll switch back to naval focus, keep going on that until economic focus is starting to drop to the point where it might slip off of stage 1 and then flip over to that. It might seem like gaming the system, but I mean, it's there. And realistically, you could kind of play it off by saying, yeah, Japan realizes that they need, that they need to adjust their where they're putting their resources toward mostly, that focus changes from time to time. They need to make sure that their focus doesn't slip too far in the one area or the other. That's how I feel about it. Some people may go, well, that's kind of like gaming the system, and cool. I get you on that. Carrier Light Air, 1943 tech. That's beautiful to see. Carrier CAG Fighter Focus, 1944 tech is also beautiful to see. That means we are so far in advance of those things that excellent. We won't need to research them for quite some time. I would like to eventually get escort carriers. I feel, but we'll see. That's a lot of stuff I'd have to work toward getting. Infantry support weapons, and I think we're doing this. Yeah, we're just going to do the 1940. I'm doing this. There used to be, and I don't know if it's there anymore, but there used to be a penalty, a malus that you would receive if your standard and light infantry branch upgrades weren't sufficiently high enough, and also your artillery brigades if they weren't like within a year or two. But I'm not seeing that happen. What I am seeing, though, is that's interesting. I didn't realize that was something I could be going for, naval supremacy in the East. Huh. It's not this veteran army. Where is it? It's this land power, naval power, and air power. We're a major naval power because we were a land power or a naval power, period. Then we went to major naval power because we meet certain requirements. So many ships, and our research meets certain levels. Land power, we're not because while we're meeting certain requirements, I have 4 times the number of brigades required. Medium and heavy armor designs are not where they need to be. I'm probably not going to ever research those, so I'm honestly not terribly worried about this. The 2.5% land organization and manpower modifier might be good to have, or regain rate as well. That might be good to have. So maybe I might. Medium and heavy armor. What does that look like for me? We can get medium. We can start researching that, but heavy, I need to get higher armor plate thickness. Heavy armor is lower than 1. Gasoline engines at least 1. Diesel engines at least 1. Yeah, medium armor designs at least 1. Oh, no, actually, we just need to get this, and then this will pop. So we could get both of those. So I could get land power. Great naval power we want to go for, but that requires level 3 in battleship, fleet carrier, battlefleet concentration doctrine, and carrier group doctrine. That is carrier group doctrine and battlefleet doctrine. I need to get both of those. Battleship and fleet carrier class level 3. Um, we need to get this, but we can't get that till next year for sure. And I still need to get like some of these things here. It's lower than 3. So we need level 6. So I need to get these. Armament and secondary guns. Secondary guns I need to get. I already have that. Or no, we don't have that. We need to get this as well, but I can't get that till, yeah, so I can't get the battleship class until probably 1943. Fleet carrier class, I could research it now, but 1942 I could go ahead and get now. So great naval power we could certainly get. That would give us an improvement to naval base efficiency, naval organization regain rate, which I think that's across the board. That's for everybody, not just naval powers. We lose half a point in IC efficiency, but that's okay. Air power, heavy bombers, and strategic bombardment tactics. I'm not researching any of those, so we're not going to be an air power. So it looks like that the developers may have changed what used to be Malice's if you didn't reach, and it wasn't just if you didn't have the artillery brigades and there were other things too. There were certain things needed in air, and I think certain things in fleet that you needed, or else you would receive penalties. It looks like they've now changed it to you get benefits, though you got to take some bad with the good, as you become better. But you get benefits so long as you meet certain research criteria as well as numbers. Or actually, we'll reach that. The total ships, 350, we'll reach that. That's not a problem. That's only 9 more ships. Bet you I'm building 9 right now. So there's 2. There's 10 alone, plus 3, 4, 5, another 5 there, 2 here, and another 5. Yeah, we'll have the fleets required. Supplies, we need to be working on that a bit more. 48, 58, 68. Let's bump this up to 78, shall we? There we go. Need to get my supplies up. I know it's going to hurt me in regards to my production, but I need to get my supplies up too. All right, onward. Installation security, 1943 tech. That's cool. Light carrier class advance. That is good to see. Just out of curiosity, what would that be? Kazayari class. Interesting. Carrier class, we're up to the Shikaku. But yeah, that won't be until next year before we get the next class above that. So we are definitely ahead of the curve in regards to the light carrier class at this point, or we are where we should be. That's more accurate. That was a 1941 tech. Cool. Just curious. The light carrier, it doesn't really give us. Wish it gave us like what level it was. So I have a better idea. So then I could look at my light carriers. We should be level 5, I think. Yeah, level 5. These are Ibuki class, so we're not, definitely not advanced. Level 6 is what we're at then, obviously. We still have a level 4 light carrier. That's the Chitose class. Those are level 5 as well. And these are all level 4, the older Chitose class. Not going to worry about upgrading those. And unfortunately, you cannot upgrade your named Soryu. They're those quote unquote classes. The Shikaku and Zuyokaku, I can upgrade those, but this is the current class we're at anyway. Actually, no, we're at the Shikaku class. Interesting. So I guess we're up 1 more level with our regular carriers. It's another thing too. So I have 7 carrier groups, 3 of which are regular carriers. 4 carrier groups are all light carriers. So that's 12 plus 4, 16 carriers we have total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13, 16, 17, 18. Math is off. I have 18 carriers total at this point. Back a version or two ago, I always made it a point to try to get to 24 carriers because I felt that that was kind of the definitive line that I needed to cross over in order to be able to have a good chance at handling the Allies total, United States and the UK, plus any Dutch fleets I got to deal with. So yay, carrier, medium anti-artillery. They only have a couple more carrier techs here that we still need to work on. That's good. We're so far ahead on a lot of the other stuff. Even if I don't have like, the top of line, if I don't have a level 6 ship per se, the upgrades that we're forcing, if you will, on all our ships, everything, are some of the newer things that we're able to get. Submarine class. Okay. Not too familiar with what this would be, but the Kadai VLB class. Long range is the Johnson J3, or the Kadai VLB class as well. Coastal sub, Kaishu 7. Yeah, small little thing. Landing craft level 3 is what we have. Yay. Airplane. I like going through all this tech. Hopefully this is just tech that's going to be completed. Is this for CAG? It is, and I will keep it because it's 1941 tech. It'll finish in January 25th. I will go ahead and keep it just so way our CAGs get the benefit of that. We kind of do need there's so much stuff. I think I did the numbers before a few episodes ago, and it was like, yeah, I could have double, if not even triple, the amount of leadership that I currently have. And I still would not be able to get all the stuff researched that I need and want. And I'm not even researching, not doing anything in secret, even though the Japanese did have rocket tests, thanks to the Germans, and I think they even started dabbling a little bit into nuclear fission there. But yeah, we're not going there at all. And an area that they also partook in, Japanese had a working jet. Um, yeah, we're not going there because it just is not going to be. We don't have the capability of being able to go into there research wise or build wise for that matter. There are too many things that I need to build ahead of time. About to hit in October here. We don't really need to build anything. Can I just, yeah, I can right click on that. I don't need to say no. I'll just right click and get rid of it. Marine headquarters, we're going to keep because that's 1939 tech. That does provide reduction, 1 hour in attacks. And I think that's across the board. I don't think that's just Marines. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. It's level 2. I need that, yes, because that'll give us our next Army headquarter unit that we need. We got a spare sub here, which do I have? Probably not. This is my first, that's right, first of so many subs. You can see here, 25 total. Granted, excuse me, granted, 4 of them are midget subs. But a good half of what we have here are coastal subs. Not the best to have because I end up having to use my regular subs for the American islands close by to me, and my long range subs I throw on Hawaii and those that tend to get upgraded out onto the U.S. West Coast here. Coastal Raiders, or the Raiders rather, the merchant ship raiders. Once I have sufficient of those, then I'll be putting them up and down the west coast of the United States, as well as shutting off the Panama Canal. That tends to work very well until America gets organized and starts sinking them all. That does happen, unfortunately. Supplies. Okay, we can drop this down now. We're up to 38, which that would be 67, thereabouts. Once we hit 40, then I'll drop this down to 57. So we should be researching this here very soon. Yep. Or building. I keep saying researching, building those. Industrial Zone Organization, that's 1941 tech. But we're going to cancel that. I want to get to the green so I can better choose where I'm going to go next with my research there. All right, let's take a quick spin around here and make sure we have everything that we need. I'm going to bring the Kwantung Theater, load them up. We're going to divert back down. This will be our new center of operations down here. We're just going to rebase. I think I mentioned it very early on, but I have this passenger ship group, group of 5. They can carry 2 divisions easily, if not 3 or 4. I have it associated with the Kwantung Theater because when any units that are under the Kwantung Theater get kind of wiped out, in other words, their strength drops to a certain point, or organization does, and they fade away. The pop-up says that the unit gets reconstituted in Tokyo to its associated headquarters or something like that. Well, it does get sent to its associated headquarters, in this case, the Kwantung Theater. So wherever the Kwantung Theater is, that's where that unit reappears. So that's why I keep the passenger ships nearby, so as when they come back, passenger ship can pick them up, drop them back off and towards the war front, where they can slowly rebuild from there. But yeah, we're pulling out of here. We don't need to be at Dalian any longer. Everything that I have here is fine. I probably want to pull him out. On that note, let's just move the Chinese collaborators like so. I will just have him eventually come down to here. Let's wait till the Chinese collaborators the militia shows up, and then move them, please. Thank you. Got all of our garrisons and stuff like that. That's that kind of guy. That's cool. We can actually move him to there. And once I do that, then I can move the militia out. So we're just pretty much holding what we need to hold. We can come down with you. I don't need you. Well, yeah, let's send you up there for right now. So we've got this all surrounded. Okay, you. There, go to Delhi for the moment. Or no, here, Kunming. Go there for the moment. I got 2 guys here. That's because we're all forming up into this area. We can move you here. I can move you out of the area. Put you there. Who can I bring? I don't know who that is there still. Maybe these guys? Nope. I don't know who's there. Let's just go ahead and just do it like this. And we can put 1 more unit on there. 15th. There we go. We'll transport. Well, I say we're going to transport them. Let's actually not do that. Yeah, we probably have better uses. I got 3 headquarters here. Probably got more coming down. We need to kind of wait and see what our situation is like. Move you up. What I will need is my railroad artillery unit. Where the hell is he? hell's my railroad artillery unit guy? There he is. Well, he'll get to where he needs to eventually. If by November he's still nowhere near here. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll just do his troops deployment. Need him here because he'll be helping attack Hong Kong, which has a fortress and pillbox. Need the railway artillery for that to help bust it down. Even there's a one garrison there, and I'm also going to put a full um, core group of divisions here. So five army units, railway artillery, probably a specialized light infantry, and then three regular infantry divisions surrounding Hong Kong. So when we go to war with the UK, boom, we can go ahead and crush Hong Kong. It'll take a little while probably, but at least we'll be able to take it with what we got there. Everybody else that's here, we may be able to utilize them. This is about 3 corps worth of units. Plus I got a whole bunch more coming down. Yeah, there alone, 4 corps worth. Philippines, the eventual goal here is to attack this northern province here, attack there, attack here, and there. 4 different locations with our Marines. Try to take those resultant ports and then ship in 4 corps groups worth of units, so 20 divisions total. Overkill, I agree, but bring in all 4 of those at those resultant ports. So that way then we can push in from the north, push southward. There's a bunch of, you can see there's a bunch of victory point locations. They're worth pretty much all 1 point with the exception of Clark Field. Yeah, that's 3. Manila, it's 3. But everything else is worth 1 here. Typically, I don't need to get this. Once I've gotten this northern island and these, this is oh, actually that's a separate victory point location. Okay, I don't ever have to go for that though. Basically, I just have to go for these and the northern island, and that's all I need for victory point locations in the Philippines. So Northern Army comes down, takes those, meets up with the army that I have here, pushing towards Clark Field. We take all of northern Philippines. I've got the army here that will kind of push and hold the line, and then I'll send a couple divisions down south to come down this way and see about taking these 2 victory point locations. Another army here is responsible for taking the whole entire southern island of Philippines here and push its way to these as well. That's why I've got 20 divisions to handle all the Philippines. We want to try and take the Philippines as quickly as possible. Usually it takes about a month or so. In my experience, you may actually be able to do it quicker than I can. And if so, please tell me in the comments how you're able to do so. Probably with 40 units. I don't know. But anyway, that's the plan with 4 different Marine units. We've got, I say 4 totally different. That's probably going to be 8 Marines total that I'll have doing the attacking there. 2 Marines on each port that I'm attacking, and once that is completed, then I ship in my army units, and then I'll reuse the Marines a little bit differently. We'll have so we have 10 Marines total, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Would really love another 5 Marines right now. We'll have 1 Marine attack Guam, 1 Marine attack Wake. So that's all 10. Once Guam is wrapped up here, then that will get shifted towards Wake Island to either help take Wake Island, or once that's taken, join up with that guy there to then be used for the attack on Midway. We'll use 2 Marines on Midway. The 8 Marines here will then be utilized to attack a couple different ports in Borneo and probably just a couple ports in Borneo, and then I'll probably just take that's 8 Marines there. I probably would just take 4 Marines for the Borneo ports. Do 2 on a port, 2 on a port. Once I've taken those, I can drop in infantry units, move to the next set of ports, take those with my Marines, drop in infantry units, and keep doing that throughout all the ports. Take the ports with the Marines, and then once the army is dropped in, then they can spread out and take all the territory that they need. Um, so probably just need 4 there, and I could probably use 2 Marines to attack. I don't ever really attack Singapore straight on because that's it. I'm pretty sure it says it's a coastal fort there. Pretty sure it's a high level coastal fort. I don't remember, but I probably like land on this port here. We could get 2 Marines ready for Palembang, Sumatera, Selatan in this case. So that way we can enact our attack on Palembang. So the majority of our Marines will be here on this side. And again, we'd really love 5 more Marines, but once we can kind of wrap up what our Marines need to be used largely over here, I can shift 4 of them from over here out eastward towards helping out the islands throughout here, all the different French, UK, American islands all throughout here, and just be taking those one after the other. Then the other 4 Marines that are here can be used to take here, keep moving over and over until we have enough Marines that we can then take New Zealand, to work on Australia. The Marines here at Midway probably will need to get reinforced at some point. Probably a couple of Marines over here to then take Hawaii. So I'll be using my Marines largely to instigate the landings either by or on ports, and then once the port is taken, then move in the a corps group worth or more of divisions to start facilitating the actual invasion from that point. The Marines will just simply be used to just take ports and hold them until they get reinforcements in. That is the plan with those guys. Again, would really love to to have more Marines, but we need tons of units to do that. I've got a bunch of guys. Like I said, I've got about 2 dozen units there, I guess. 26, 32, yeah, about 2 dozen units. So we'll be pulling some from here and some from who's left on China. There'll be a bunch of units I'll need to shift to Siam, and we're talking 3 dozen units probably, possibly a good number that's already here, more than likely, along with here. We need to move into Siam so we can then begin our attacks into Burma, and also have a group of 5 divisions of corps unit worth of divisions to push down towards Singapore. So that's why we need to kind of stage, sort of be staging around here. Probably will actually stage here on Taiwan, so we're close enough we can make our way there. Stage some units here, so we can make our way to the Philippines, as well as move to Siam when we're able to. I'm also going to be staging some units here in Palau, so we can move into the southern Philippines there. I'll have 2 Marines staged here to make that kind of move happen as well. Probably have our Marines also staged there. I think that's where I normally do it. This port here, so we can reach there. Yeah, it's 719. That's plenty of range. And here, so we can attack here. Okay. But we'll get to more of the specifics on that once we get a little bit closer there. IC efficiency went up a little bit, only -6. Good to see. We are on the 1st of October, so let's save it real quick. And as discussed, I want to take a look at, let's start southwards first. Oh no. So the UK made their way across to here. So Italy is not holding the line here like I was expecting. But you know what? If they hold this river line and here, they could actually, I'm pretty sure they could hold it all without any problems. Otherwise, the Middle East is looking the same. Africa is looking the same. Italy's got that land bridge between Egypt and Somalia, Ethiopia area. No changes here. Looking into Europe, no big changes here either. Northern Ireland, forgot to mention this, but looks like Germany got Northern Ireland, whether that was like through some sort of event, were they able to convince Northern Ireland to break away and join them? I don't know. No big changes all throughout there. Let's look in the far, far north. Finland maintaining all throughout here. They're actually pushing a bit further south here. They've gotten um, Petrozadovic, whatever, Petro blah. Be nice if they could somehow run around and get Archangel. They've actually done very well here. They've expanded their cordon around Leningrad here. They've captured Leningrad outright. They've got some troops here caught, it looks like. Germany is pushing. How close are we now to Moscow? 176 kilometers. Well, it's still fall. They still have time. Being able to start Barbarossa right on the edge of the Pripyat marshes here, right on the Russian border, is huge for them. How close are we? 302 kilometers from that point there, but yeah. Haven't really gone any further than the Crimean, Sevastopol, Soviet Union's holding. They've crossed the River Don and Donets. Germany has. But otherwise, they've got a line working on the Donets River here. They've actually crossed the Donets over here. Yeah, if I were Germany at this point, for sure, I'd be like pushing, trying to get to the River Don before winter. At least here in the south, they should be able to reach it up. They should be able to reach the River Don up here fairly easily. They've gotten Kursk, where we last saw last month. They're around at the gates of Kursk. Orel, now they're at the gates there. Yeah, Germany overall is doing pretty well, as to be fairly expected. I don't think they've really cut off too much in the way of Russian, Soviet units here. Normally, when I try to do my Barbarossa, I usually try to have pincer movements where I have like a lot of my armor up north that they're gonna push through in a I call it a 2-lane highway. Basically, you have well, we're starting off well over here. Usually go like that line of provinces and this line of provinces. So I got like two lines of provinces that I'm pushing my armor units through, and then once they reach a certain point, like to this river, for example, then they'll curve around, come around like that, and encircle any Soviet units that happen to be there. Move in and then start to destroy those units that I've surrounded with my infantry. I don't know how much Germany's done in that regards against the Soviet Union, but it's not necessarily the thing that needs to be done. I think they're doing okay. We're at 40,000. We're going to drop this down to 57 now. So we're doing all right with our supplies. Reinforcements don't need to worry about. Upgrades, I kind of want to get this back up to 80%, quite honestly. But I really need those builds. Let's do it like that. Not quite 80%, but better than what we had before. How much does that hurt us by? Doesn't seem like too bad. It hurts us. The important thing is we're getting, I say researching, we're building this carrier group. That's the important thing. Hornet is launched. I shudder to think, and I kind of want to know how many carriers the United States have. The advantage that I have is I only have one ocean theater to worry about. Realistically, I mean, it's two, but I had the Pacific. And I guess in a small way, I do have the Java Sea to worry about as well. The Java Sea um, for the UK and also Dutch fleets that would be down here. But for the most part, I just need to worry about the United States here in the Pacific. The US has the Pacific and the Atlantic that it has to worry about, which it has the ships to do it, obviously. But if if the AI were to focus strictly on one ocean, say the Pacific, that could really put a hurting on me. All right, 48th Division was mechanized in the later stages of 1941, but just a second tank regiment. So it looks like a whole entire division's getting pulled off. Looks like the 48th. Real quick, what is? Army asked for more money. Sure, we get the money for that. Big entertainment show, losing $5,000. Eek. Government focus, we need to nationalize. Do we get it? No, we got the bad nationalization result of minus 5% money. We're still gaining 12, so that's fine. So the 48th Division. I want to see what I'm losing. Is it somebody here? This guy here. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, they're not involved in anything at all, so they're going to get pulled off and then replaced with to be mechanized. Sure. Let's then take a look and see. Oh, yeah, I need you guys to come over here. Ha ha ha. So motorized infantry and a light armor battalion, motorized support, motorized engineer. Nice, nice, nice. I have to kind of keep an eye on that. We can actually attach you to first motorized corps. I want to put all my tanks, motorized units to those two corps, corps headquarter units. So the 10 divisions I've got at least 7 tanks, I think, and this is my second motorized infantry now. I want to put them all to that just to make sure that I've got it all set up right. We'll have you attached to, where are you? There you go. And Special Naval Landing Force also get associated to the Army headquarters. Excellent. These guys are just waiting for their troops. They'll be waiting for a little while, unfortunately. So we're in October right now. Looking at the time, so I've still got plenty more time to go. I think it's about mid-October. I know it's very beginning of November that I start moving, doing all my staging and stuff like that of my units, which I'm kind of in the process of doing right now. But it is going to be let's see here. I think I've got you're going to Dali. Okay, I thought I had somebody going to Kunming. Did I not? I don't know. We'll have you move down to Kunming, and you will have come out to there. Okay. Further refine that over the next couple of weeks here. So yeah, I've got at least 2 more weeks to go before I need to start worrying about 2 things. One, assigning units to headquarter units that that in turn will be like, okay, this unit's deciding where units are going to go. That this division or this corps headquarter unit's going to go to the Philippines or to Burma or wherever. Those kind of decisions. Also, probably can wait till November 1st to redo all of our leaders. So we have some leaders here that have seen some combat. They've seen stuff. Some have seen so much stuff, like this guy here. He does not need to be in charge of a cavalry unit. He's a mountaineer. I need to put him in charge of a mountaineer unit. you know, um, there's several units here. I just need to go through and redo all of my leaders, so that way I can have those leaders that have seen a lot of combat and have gotten a lot of experience and have a lot of traits. Put them higher up. My Kwantung guy, which I guess is on his way. Yamashita, he's seen some stuff. Yeah, so that's actually not too bad overall. With what he's got there, but we could probably use. I don't know. Those leaders are all pretty spiffy. We could probably use some of the leaders, like this guy here. I could put him in charge of my Mountaineer unit, Mountaineer headquarters, because he has that Mountaineer, Trickster, Logistics Wizard, Hill Fighter. These are things that Mountaineers could use. So put the better leaders in charge of headquarter units, so that way their traits trickle down, and then kind of put appropriate leaders in charge of select units. Again, cavalry guy does not need these stats. Different type stats could be used. But that I don't need to worry about till November 1st. Like I said, I got 2 more weeks before I have to redeploy my units. So we have an IC debt here. We're talking 530 IC, so we're spending 143. That would be 5 days total. Four would be, actually no, 4 days. Four would be 560 that we'll be spending, so we're good. Yeah, so in 2 weeks from now, we need to make sure that we go through and get all my units kind of, set up. We'll have to be using shipping. Oh, geez, you know what? Totally forgot. I've got, okay, cool. Expand factories. We've got units here. Jeez. I'm like 2 months behind on this already. These guys have been sitting here for over a month, and I could have been shuttling them all around the other islands by now. So we're just kind of building up our forces a little bit here. So got a garrison, HQ, defense, military, police. We can give them heavy artillery. And anti-air. Where do we get that? Anti-aircraft. There we go. We don't need to give them anti-tank. Well, I know what. Actually, let's do give them anti-tank. We can afford that. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So I need to board all these guys up, and we'll go to the next island here. Yes, this guy. He doesn't have anything other than the recon cav and the militia unit plus the garrison. He needs anti-tank, artillery, and anti-air. So we'll rebase. Totally forgot that. Money shortage imminent. There's no effect. This is just a warning because we dip below 3,000. If you dip below 2,000 gold, then you get the penalties. And if you dip below 1,000, I think you get even more penalties. But the fact that we've got additional consumer goods and additional money, we'll get back up there. Kayak bomber focus, that's 1944 tax, so we got to drop that off. Okay. We will go back to research here momentarily. Chinese troops have defected. Where are you? So what is this guy here? Oh, putting a horse transport on him. That's why. And we're going to come up here, put the other horse transport on there. So we're putting the horse transport on that guy. That's what we were just using. Man, totally forgot about this. This is a truck transport. Did we need truck transports on either of those guys? No. So I think we're moving him over to here, and then whichever, yeah, like this guy, for example, just pull the horse transport off, give him a truck transport. Oh, actually, come down here. I have an armor unit. Actually, stay there. I'm going to forget this. Go up there. We need to pull you off and assign you to the first motorized corps. Assign you to the first motorized corps. Assign you to the first or second motorized corps. Okay, good, good, good. There we go. So move that tank over. Swap the truck for the horse, and I'll throw the horse transport over to like this garrison unit, for example. Or maybe to this mountain headquarter unit. Yeah, that'll probably work just fine. All right. This is all caught up, I feel. That we're waiting for this. We're coming over here. We're going to get attached to this guy. And we're marching on down. I need to name all these guys. That's stuff I'll do next. So this episode going to be ending kind of soonish. I'll go 2 more weeks. I want to go into the middle of October here. So it'll be about the 2-hour plus mark. And then I think between episodes, I might go ahead and do my reorganization for all my units there. I feel that might be reorganization, including reorganizing. Probably just reorganizing my units to just make sure that I have, like I was just doing just now, was assigning tanks to the motorized corps. I'll go through that in between episodes, just because I feel that might be way too boring. That's a lot of filler. So I won't do it there. Just know, and I'll kind of, once we go start the next episode, then I'll go ahead and spin through and like here's the changes I made and stuff like that. Here's who is in charge of what and etc. I don't have enough headquarter units over here. I only have the one guy. Holy cow! Plus the 2 motorized corps. Yeah, I need to get some more headquarter units over here ASAP. But anyway, that'll be next episode in between there. And once we get to November 1st, then that's when I'll go ahead and change out the leaders. And I'll do that during the episode a little bit, just so you guys have an idea of like what my thought process is. But then I'll probably pause the episode, complete the rest of the process of getting all the leaders put to where they need to be, and then pick up from there. Because again, going through all that, we went well too boring. It's a lot of time spent. There's so many units. We're not talking just military alone. We're talking air and naval as well. So many units there. That's hundreds upon hundreds. Well, obviously that's hundreds because we can look at our land power. We have 1,000 brigades. Let's say it's 5 brigades per division. So that's at least 200 divisions that I've got there. At least it's more or less what I've got probably when you count headquarter units and things like that, garrisons and whatnot. I have probably on average 5 brigades per division per unit. So that's 200 there. I got to change. We have 300. I mean, that's an accurate number. We have 343 ships. Quite a few of them though are combined together. Especially over 140 capital ships and destroyers. But I need to break all those out. That's probably going to be easily another 100, if not more, units I got to deal with. And then air power, we have 81 planes, average of 3 per, so that's easily 25, 26 units there as well. So I mean, 150, it's over 400 units that are going to have leaders put there. You guys don't want to see me spend 15 to 20 seconds per unit picking a leader for each. That would be an hour alone. So no, we won't spend the whole entire time doing all that. Just we'll get it taken care of, and you'll be able to see the effects after. I got some attacks I need to do here. It looks like. Actually, no. We can have all you guys just support the attack, as the one guy can. That's all we need. This is what I want to take a look at real quick. So, small warship armament, engine, screws and rudder, hydrophone, ASW, depth charge, hedgehog gain, and acoustic countermeasures gain. I want to take a look at those. So, depth charge, ASW, was it hydrophone? Yes. So it's these acoustic countermeasures, which we can't even research just yet anyway, but I guess we're still getting benefits in there. Hedgehog? I don't even know what the heck that is. Oh, this, which we can't get anyway. Yeah, well. And engine and screws and rudders. So we're getting all those. We're getting these, that, these here. So that's 7, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ASW. Armament. That's the other one. Armament. Here. Okay. So yeah, we're well into future territory with that. How about cruisers? Heavy and light cruiser armament, cruiser engine, screws, optimization, bulkheads, protection, armor, thickness. Okay. So those, right? Light and heavy cruiser armament. Yes. These, uh, these, and bulkhead, not damage control. What else? Armor, thickness. Which, yeah, that's those. So this is all stuff that I've got plenty ahead in as well. Capital ship, secondary guns, all that engine stuff, protection stuff, and armor thickness for battle cruisers, battleships, and super heavy battleships. So these three up here, which we already got, secondary guns, which I think is over here. Yeah, secondary guns, which I kind of need. I think if there was something I saw that I need secondary guns in. Super heavy battleship armor, battlecruiser armor. Where am I at those? See, that's going to probably get procced, and we'll get that learned. The protection, all these protections, all these here. So, yes, we're going to go accept it. Check tech real quick, see where we are. Depth charge, ASW, hydrophone, and that I can't click on the others. But yeah, these are all we're getting quite a bit good into those. Here, cruisers. That's this. Armor thickness, protection, bulkhead layout. Was that it? Oh, and the armaments, because I can't click on those either. So yeah, we're getting pretty good in those as well. Capital ship, we did secondary guns. I can't get these. We're 1944 tech in those. Battleship, super heavy battleship. Horizontal protection. I can't click on that because that's 19. That's too far in advance. All these as well, and then I can't click on those. That's 1943 tech. We can see I am everything that I just selected. The stuff I can't research because it's in advance, a year ahead. So we get a negative. It costs more. It takes more time because it's costing more leadership to actually learn those that are a year in advance. But when we get to 1942, those will be getting learned pretty quickly. Ultimately, what I'm considering here is it time to switch off of him as well? Because I mean, yeah, I think we need to. Let us get so leadership modifier of 10%. We have a base of 33, so that'll get us 3.3. We'll be at 61.6, so we'll gain effectively 3 more points. So I could go up to 50 quite easily and put the other points 3, the extra that we get into here, 1.3, which would give us, I don't know how many officers. A tenth of that, another 10 officers per day, so 115 per day. Yeah, I think it's time to switch off of him and get on to our science focus, this guy here for leadership and research efficiency. This guy then, because we are, yeah, I want to make sure that this is strong. So before I do that, let me just make sure. This guy, he's given us points and stuff that we're so far in advance of. I can't touch it until next year earliest for any of the stuff. Most of the stuff though is 1943, 44 tech anyway. The aircraft carrier guy is all this protective stuff. These things here, these things here, these things here, and I think hangar. So again, he won't give us anything that really we could be using because we're so far in advance of that as well. So that's a no on both of those guys. Light aircraft practical decay, I forget exactly what it gives, but I know it's machine gun focus, which we're in advance of anyway. Machine gun combo, which again, we're in advance of already. I forget if it's anything. I think it's these single engine, these things here he gives, but I don't remember. I don't know on that. The problem is if I take the light aircraft practically, like I say, and I don't think there's anything in bomb, or there might be stuff in air. I seem to recall there's like something. It's like it's not going to help me because I can't research that or something like that. I just remember. Or this was large caliber machine guns, which I already have. That's what it was, large caliber machine guns. It was. I don't think it was this. The machine gun may still be that, but I'm pretty sure it's large caliber machine guns. It's like I already have that. So yeah. I'm sold on doing this guy. Crude oil and money. We are going to be switching to this guy here, our old admiral, for naval organization. We're not going to do that until next month. So let's maintain our crude oil and money improvements while we can. We're not going to go off Hirohito. He's the best for what we have here. I'd rather have 5% IC than 2.5% IC efficiency at this rate. Because our base, well, which granted the base is going to go down, but a 5% is 11, 12 IC. A 2.5 IC efficiency just means something that's going to get finished in 100 days now takes 97 days, 98 days. So I believe, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. This guy, the daily descent change, we don't really need necessarily. But there's really nothing else of great value here. I mean, he would be pretty good for the land organization and organization regain rate, but I don't want a 5% leadership hit. I don't want to lose what I'm gaining from the blunt change I just made, so no. This actually would be a good guy to switch to. Don't care about the susceptibility to common turn. Daily descent change of 2.5% would be a big deal. We're at 0.02. That might change it to 0.01. Yeah, let's switch to him. Still 0.02. Well, actually, we may have to allow time to pass. Oh, change now by 0.0. Okay, so we need consumer goods. Okay, so that was not good, even for that 1.5%. So let's put the guy back in charge here. So yeah, I gained 1 point of leadership. I lost 12 points, 13 points of IC. Yeah, okay. This guy I think we're going to keep because we need the naval organization. There's really nothing else better at this point for me. Yeah, the naval. Is there anybody that I could put that? What's focus this? Navy focus. Is there anybody else that has Navy focus and is in that same? No. Yeah, we're gonna leave him in place. Yes, leaving him in place. Organization regain, officer recruitment. I think we're going to leave him in place because everybody else just isn't as good. This is the better guy. Though we can put Tojo Hideki in. There we go. That way we've got someone of the same party. Decisive battle doctrine for army. I think that's the best because of the land organization and manpower modifier. Keeping guns and butter will be okay for the supply consumption, but elastic defense doctrine. Combat movement speed of 5% would be decent, I suppose. But we'll maintain. Power projection for the carrier protection efficiency, yes. And naval strike efficiency, and yes on that. Okay. Formation of 20th Army. One thing I would like to do, it's kind of like volunteer my time for the team, is to go through all the events and kind of fix spelling errors and things like that. There's other like not mistakes per se, but there's other things in there like extra quotation marks and whatnot that are in there. Run on paragraphs and stuff. You can fit at least like this times two. You can create 2 paragraphs. For this if you want to. I kind of want to add some more flavor to certain things. Pull off from Wikipedia, of course, but other military sites and just kind of add more flavor text to events, but just correct misspellings and things like that for English speaking. I don't speak any other language. It's up to everybody else that speaks, their native tongue to jump in and and rework everything into their tongue. We shall form that corps because that's a headquarter corps there. We're going to spend some more money. We're dropping down into the bad zone now for our money. We won at Chengdu, so you can stop attacking. I got a military hospital. All right. So let's go back to 48. Oh, actually, we're doing really well here. 173 officers. Siam, we don't need to buy. At this point, I need money more than anything else. So we're going to leave things well enough alone. It's going to take me, let's see, 173 bucks. So that's 10, 11 days before we get out of. Well, you're going to see the the bad effect coming up pretty soon here with dropping down below 2,000 coins. I'll see if I can quick get some sales going on supplies and stuff like that. By the way, we do have an IC 387 days left in our IC debt, so 3 more days there. Tech-wise, we can get up to, I think we can get up to 50. Yeah, I want to get up to 50. What are we going to be focusing on largely? CAGs, I think we pretty much, oh, Naval Strike. Yeah, let's get CAGs. There's their tech going up. And then I'm going to take a quick look on everything else. So that's that there. Naval, let's look at here. Yeah, so we need this stuff here before I can get the next level here. We have carrier aircraft prototype lower than 5, but it's like aero engine, small fuel tank, small engine, airframe, and I think that's small engine armament. I guess on that note, let's go ahead and research these here. Oh, you know what? Well, we can do it like this. There we go. 50. Is there anything else? No, no, no. Looking strictly for CAG tech, stuff that our carrier air groups could use. Yeah, navigation radar, smaller search radar, certainly on both of those. Gyro sight, yep. We have light aircraft construction. We'll need to switch off. Okay, so we're done there. Okay, so yeah, kind of messed things up a little bit here, but we'll get back to changing out the leaders the way I did. Didn't realize how badly it would be affecting me in the one area over the other. Yeah, I don't. I'll give up 1.3 points of leadership just for 12 IC. Because 12 IC, I can build something or some things. I'm actually getting quite a bit of leadership, I feel, because now we're up to 152 officers per day. So by the start of the new year, I will have 15,000 more officers. That'll put me at 146. We're going to get the 10,000 officers to 156. So by this time, or by January 1st of next year, we'll definitely be in the green. Okay, cool. Onward. Boom. So yeah, bad stuff happening once you hit red there. Not as bad as switching the one leader that I did, but still, that hurt us here. We got to give 5 IC towards consumer goods at this point here. What else got built? Another sub got built. Cool. Bear with me one moment. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick there, and we are back again. I know we're over 2 hours. I've been talking probably most of that time. I haven't played as much, but I want to get to the middle of October here before we start switching off to anything else. We lost that investment. So we're gonna have you come here like that, and then back. Let's see how my northern doing okay here. Oh yeah, we're moving you to there, and then once we do, then you're gonna come out. Cool. Now I can pull these Chinese collaborators. Where do we want to move them? Oh, you know what? Because yeah, you're. I'll arrange all that stuff later in regards to like who's where and what and all that. What are you? You're for the Garrison Corps. Okay. Move you down there. Move you. down there, move you down to here. And we're going to move you down to there. I will need to pick up some. Do we have any spare headquarter units like this guy, for example? Oh, okay, so you and you I'm going to pick up. And we're going to drop you off here. Just for now-ish, you know, it's, yeah, can't forget this guy here. Let's take a look here. So we got to give you some artillery. An anti-tank. And an anti-aircraft. All right. Load up everybody here. How about him? Yes. So we're going to rebase to there. And keep an eye on this here. New groups of subs. Put you there. So that's 6 subs completed. That's good. Hideki Tojo, which I think I already have you in charge of a couple things. Yeah, you're chief of staff. Rise to prime minister. Become head of government and chief of the army. Well, no, we don't want you chief of the army, I don't believe. Well, or maybe so. Your elastic defense, which actually gives good combat movement speed, so maybe yes. Okay, so that's fine. Chief of the army. Head of government, though, no. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm putting Kichiro in place next month. I want that 10% naval organization. So, okay, fine. Fine. So he's chief of staff, chief of the army, head of government. The man has many hats. Yeah, keeping a close eye on this here because I need to get my reinforcements taken care of sooner than later. So we already got artillery, cool. Give you an anti-tank as well. And give you an anti-air. All right, load all you guys back up. And you're good to go there. You're good to go. Here, rebase to there. All right, let's take a look at what we need to do here. A bunch of stuff, I'm sure. We'll give you artillery. Give you the HQ defense attachment there. Give you an anti-tank. And an anti-aircraft. All right. You and you, can we? Yes, we can join up. You and you can also join up. Cool. You know what? What do I need here? You're actually okay. You're okay as well. You're fine. You're fine too. Oh, I already picked you up. That's right. So we're coming over here. You're good to go there. We're gonna come over here. Yep. We need to rebase there. I need to at least put like some couple things there. Finland, no. One thing we got to take a look at. I mean, actually, we're not buying anything. But once we go to war with America, any outgoing convoys from us where we're buying stuff, not outgoing, incoming, will start getting sunk. Fortunately, we're not really, well, we are doing a lot of incoming convoys. We've got half a dozen at least, where we got stuff coming in, resources coming in, and then we also got a bunch of supplies and fuel going out. So there is a lot of convoys. I will need to start putting escorts on each. Oh, which does remind me. We could probably, I could probably remove a couple more. Well, you know what? We're gonna actually, I will wait to address my convoys because yeah, we can kill a couple of these convoys, especially several that are along here, because we're not gonna have a bunch of units in China pretty soon. But we can wait on that. That's not gonna happen for a little bit. Let's check our production here. So we're back to, yep, back to building there. We dipped below, so let's put this back up to 67. That's fine. And we're waiting for the transport ships to come out there. Yeah, these guys. They're coming out to here, to these islands. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's plenty of time to get everything um, reinforced. That's what I'm looking for, is reinforcement of my islands. So that way, when we go to North America, we're not having to worry about um, some surprise attacks. We have 5 armed merchant cruisers in Hiroshima, Osaka, Tokyo, and Sasebo ports awaiting your orders. Should group them with other stronger units as port defense forces, patrol ships, or as commerce raiders. They're also useful as scouts for the combined fleet. I don't think I've ever read that before. That's interesting that it's telling me that. I just use them as raiders, honestly. We're going to cancel that out. I know we need it, but it's the Junyo. You know what? I'm just going to put you on Tokyo Prime because I forget it's this guy, right? Yes. We actually need to name you Kaigun. Call you the 8th Kaigun. There we go. Well, just a little bit of flavor, but also so that way I know kind of at a glance. Take one of these planes. Very base 2 carrier. Boom. Technically, we could utilize this fleet somewheres. We don't need to necessarily wait for the Hayu to be finished. We could utilize that and gain some use out of it, but I don't think it's that pressing for me to have the carrier group going. Uh-oh. So we need to switch focus here. I'm not paying attention. Switching to naval focus now. Catapults advance. That's 44 tech, so we can drop that off. That's nice to see. We need to bump this back up to 50. Apparently it got, for whatever reason, it just got well excited and just gave me too much leadership or something. I don't know. But 130 officers per day, that's good. We're doing all right there. All right. You have anti-aircraft, so let's give you heavy artillery. And we'll give you this HQ defense attachment and an anti-tank. There we go. So drop this off, load them all up. This place next. Rebase. Before I do that, or focus on that, let's check over here. Looks good. Make sure our moves are happening kind of the way I want. They are. We can move this guy down, finally. I can move this guy down. What are we doing here? Okay. So yeah, you're coming into there. Dali. I think I have somebody coming to Kunming. Yes, I do. Good. So that's that guy. Let's leave him behind. Let's push one guy there. One guy there. And this last guy we will send to here. So everybody there is making their way down. Everybody there, yeah, everybody. Well, he's waiting for reinforcements. Actually, we can send him on down. The third I'm probably going to leave here because probably going to utilize Shanghai Hakan Gun. Let's put him to this guy. So who is this guy? Boom. Drop him off. We've got a spare leader there. Okay. This way. Oh, we still have somebody up here. Still. The 22nd? No. Is it this guy? It is. So I'll drop him off and attach him. Like so. All right. So now, 3rd, the 22nd, and that artillery, and then I got to grab a couple more units. We're going to do him. I want to drag him over to here-ish. Again, this is the force that I'm gathering. This actually might be enough to take Hong Kong. I don't think I need 5. This will be the force I'll take Hong Kong. I need to, of course, lead with this guy because of the railway artillery. The benefits, forward attack of plus 200%. We're attacking a fortress. So we need that bonus there. All right, back out to here now. You can see how much of a juggling act it is at this point in the game. Oh, we got some stuff going on. Let's first take care of this. Let's give you heavy artillery, anti-aircraft. Okay, then. Let's combine you together like that. We can then do that. Board the ship. You're good to go there. We're going to go here next. And you're good to go there. And then we'll probably drop off artillery there. And you're good to go there too. And you're good to go. Okay. So quite honestly then, with what I have remaining, I'll then bring out to here and I'll seed the units that I have out here. There's this guy that I have that all he is just a garrison unit. I need to give him some artillery and stuff like that. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here. Alrighty, let's tag that there like so. We can do that. Trust me, I'll be very happy when this can all become a bad nightmare. I don't need to worry about these many rebels. I'll still be worrying about rebels, but it won't be this many rebels. That's a freebie unit there I got to do something with. All right. Postpone mine expansion plans, 6 months. Yeah, we're over 2,000, so we should be dropping off that bad result here. We captured a trader. Huh. Okay, we gained a whole bunch of. Yeah, we lost the effects of this. I'm not. You know what? We can drop that off, and we're still going down by 0.02 a day. 100 days, every 100 days, 2 points. So yeah, I need the extra 7 IC to go into our builds. How are we doing here anyway now? December 15th, the HOI will be completed. We'll have, next month, we'll have this air group completed. 6K completed at the beginning of the year. By February, 1st of February, we'll have another 3 landing craft fleets, because I have 1 spare landing craft out there, so I'll have plenty more landing craft fleets. Nothing much else happening. An escort coming out. Cool. We're doing all right on, convoys and escorts. Those 2 garrison units will get finished next month. Excellent. I'll have 1 paratrooper before war starts, and after another, and a bunch of units being worked on. Transport plane, March. So that's good. By the beginning of the year, both paratroopers will be built. And then by spring, I should have 5 transport planes ready. I don't know if I'll need all 5 to transport them, though. Did we make our destination? We did. Excellent. Let's give you heavy artillery and anti-aircraft. So I think, you do need, you need 1 thing. So let's rebase up there. From here, artillery. Good enough. Load up. You're good to go. So, okay, this, I'm bringing the rest of these out to here. We're just going to drop them off. We'll rebase out to here. We'll just drop them off here, and that way then I can kind of move them. So it's 4 artillery, one of them being a pack artillery, and 6 anti-air. Could be useful, like here, artillery anti-air. These 2 militia units, artillery anti-air, that just help beef them up a bit. This guy, same thing, give him some extra units there. This guy here, I can give an anti-aircraft, so he's got at least some sort of oomph, fighting power. Double checking here to make sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, actually no. Let's support that attack. What do we got going on here? 2 militia. Okay. There were some headquarter units, but they got killed right away. Let's not trade. And yes, launch another. I got to take a look at those here real quick. Chengdu. So you were going to... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Some other unit. 26. Yeah, it's just headquarter units popped up into existence. That's all. Pulled the trigger too quickly there. The first I can pull out of here. We'll go there. Let's go here and then there, like so. Help out that attack. Can't believe it's a strong headquarter unit. Everything else is looking fine. Okay. He will be there on the 28th. So let's pull this guy out, the 22nd out, bring him over. So I'm pretty much ready for Hong Kong. Timing, I'm feeling really good. I've got a lot of units here, granted, and I got a lot of work to do on setting leaders up, getting our units cohesion set up as well. I got a couple of headquarter units scattered all throughout that I need to kind of address. and fix up. Um, but we are working on it. We are working on it. Again, these type of units, I'm not fond of these. Well, this guy actually I am. This guy, these kind of extra units, I'm not fond of. They're very low strength. I mean, they do all right, but they're not as good as say like this guy. Uh, they don't have a lot of the backing that regular infantry units do. So I'm fine with using them as defensive forces throughout China here. We're going to go ahead and save the game. We are getting very close to the point where stuff will be happening very soon. And like I said, I will be needing to, in between these two episodes, I need to kind of arrange my my units out a little bit better. Figure out where, what units are going to what headquarter unit. Figure out also to who's going ultimately where. Stage people as I need to put them in stuff like that. I gotta find all my. Yeah, I've got a passenger ship here. We need to bring you back to there. And I have a. Where do I have my other passenger ships? Oh, all three are there. Okay. I don't know if I need all three there per se. I mean, that'll do. I just need to I need to start staging, start moving my forces around. Each passenger ship can carry one core headquarter unit and its attendant 5 divisions. So we've got at least 4 or 5 moves we can make here per week. It's going to take at least a week to get people moved around. So once I get that addressed and going, I'll be feeling better and ready for our upcoming attacks. I also got to take care of our landing craft situation here. I got to bring you together like so. There we go. We've got a whole bunch of Marines that I got to stage as well. We have a bunch of air that I would like to begin to stage. They actually probably don't need to stage till beginning of November, but it's okay if I do it now. Ships, need to get my ships ready, get them staged out where they're going to go. So a lot of stuff I need to start doing. I would like to do the staging with you guys so that way you see where I'm putting, you see my thought process, where I'm sending units at and stuff like that. Oh, we got a whole bunch of, those guys we need to kind of deal with. That's a lot of fun stuff coming up here. But anyway, that's coming up here soon. The fun time, as I like to call it, is coming up here very, very soon. So what to expect? And actually, did I save real quick? Did I save? Yes, I did. Between episodes, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and address what units get attached to what leaders. From those over here. Oh, you know what? Well, I'm going to worry about. I'll worry about it next episode. Everything here, the guys are over here. Just address all that and get that kind of worked out. Figure out, do I need to move leaders around a bit more? Do I need to create headquarter units? What needs to be done? And then next episode, we'll start off with me immediately going into getting the leaders reassigned. Like I mentioned, I'm looking at making sure that the appropriate leaders are where they need to be. I don't know. There's that one cavalry unit I was using an example here. This guy, he's a mountaineer, a hill fighter, a logistics master, wizard, master. He does not need to be in charge of a cavalry brigade or unit. He needs to be in charge of a mountaineer headquarter unit because those are some really nice traits to have. So I'll start that off next episode and then take a brief pause while I finish that up because there'll be hundreds of units I got to go through to fix. And then once I get that done, we'll restart that next episode and we'll begin the placement of all of our forces. We'll start moving everybody out so you can kind of see my what I'm doing in all that regards, where my first stage attacks are all going to be. Real quick, let's take a look here in Africa. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, like I said, the UK actually has come up here as well. They took this province and they come over here, so they're pushing Italy back a little bit. If I were Italy, I would give up these provinces if they haven't already, and just hold this river line and these two provinces. Just hold that, and you will do well. Otherwise, they're doing okay all throughout Africa here. The Arabian Peninsula is fully under Axis control. Yeah, no changes around there. Malta is still UK. Gibraltar as well, still UK. Hasn't been any weird attacks anywhere around here. Northern Ireland is where it's been for a while. Finland really hasn't pushed too much further. It looks like they pushed down this way some, so it'll be good for them in that regards. They've taken that port, Petro whatever, which I think that was we noticed that last month. But they pushed a little bit further south. Otherwise, they really haven't gone too much further here. Maybe they have. There was Kingisepp here. There was a Russian force, Soviet force that had gotten surrounded, but looks like that's been taken care of. Germany is pushing, pushing, pushing. Moscow, we are 193 kilometers away, the closest, it looks like. I thought we had a little bit closer mark. I thought we were 140 at one point. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe they weren't quite that far. They're pushing over the River Donets. Like I said, if they can get to the River Don by winter, they will be doing very, very well. Crimean Peninsula is still the same thing. The Soviets are holding outside Sevastopol. That's prototypical, I would have to say. They are on the River Donets here, but if they can push in, they did push across the River Donets, and now I can see they've gotten a few more provinces here. Certainly over here, they made a big push, so they're trying to get to the River Don before winter strikes there. That's not Stalingrad. They are 264 kilometers away. Interesting times going on there. The change of the landscape so early definitely has thrown me for a loop, for certain. And the fact that that Germany hasn't taken the lowlands, Denmark or Norway, it's really befuddling me. That's easily another 100 IC roughly for all that they could have at this point, easily. But it is the AI. What can you do? Well, what we can do is wait patiently for my next episode coming out. Fun times are coming. Next episode, we've got a lot of preparations for war. We may not actually get into the attack on Pearl Harbor there. We may. We'll see. See how far I can get into that. But I do appreciate you guys watching along with me here. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, feelings on what's going on here, and I will see you next time. Bye.